Sir, the lectures in Google Classroom are the video is showing as private, sir.
Okay, I will address. Please call me later. I'll start with the today's lecture. Please call me later. Okay. Okay. In the previous class, we have studied about the vector field, and I have given the example of the vector field, that is the velocity of velocity of water in the ocean flowing towards x direction, that we have seen, and dot product and few numericals we have solved. Okay. In today's lecture, we will be covering the numericals. Few numericals we will solve, and we will see the cross product. Okay, fine. Okay, we will start with the first numerical. Given the vector field G vector is given, and find this vector field at point P. Yes, we have to find out the G vector at point P and its scalar projection. They have given just projection, but it is and its scalar projection on B vector. Okay, in the previous class we have seen scalar projection and vector projection. Okay, also called as scalar component for scalar projection and vector component for vector projection. One and the same, both are one and the same. So first we will find out, as per the requirement, we will find out the G vector at point P first, right? So G vector is given, G vector at point P, I will call it as P. So point P is given, that is 2 3 1. Value of x is 2, value of y is 3, and value of z is 1. So substitute the value of x, y, z, that is 2 comma 3 comma 1 in the G vector, that is y minus 1 into ax plus 2x into ay. So first we will substitute the value of y here in the G vector. So y value is 3, 3 minus 1, 2, that is 2ax. The next 2 plus 2x ay, 2 into x is 2, 2 to the 4, 4ay. Okay, this is not a big problem, this one anyone can do it. Okay, G vector at point P. Then next, find this vector field. Okay, at point P is over. Then find the scalar projection and its scalar projection on B vector, right? Okay, scalar projection on B means G vector at point P is there. I want to find out scalar projection on B vector. So it is given by the formula G vector at point P, and its projection on B vector means the unit vector directed along B vector, AB vector. I have to take the unit vector. Then it will give me the scalar projection. This will give me scalar projection. Scalar projection. Instead of, some people also call it a scalar component also. Scalar component. Okay. So G vector at point P directed along B vector, that is unit vector along B vector. So we have to find out. So G vector at point P already we have calculated in the previous step. We want to calculate AB vector. First calculate AB vector. AB vector is equal to, okay, the vector B divided by its magnitude. Calculate this. So vector B is given, that is 5ax minus ay. This is x, 5ax minus ay plus 2az divided by magnitude of B vector under root of 5 square plus minus 1 whole square plus 2 square, right? So I will be getting AB vector, simplify it, and so G vector is given, already we have calculated, 2ax plus 4ay. Take the dot product with the AB vector calculated already, so I will write it here, 5ax minus ay plus 2az divided by root of 5 square is 25, this one, root of 5 square is 25, plus 1 square is 1, plus 2 square is 4. So 25, 26, 26 plus 4, 30, root 30 I will get. Okay, simplify it and take the dot product. So dot product of two vectors is always a scalar quantity, we know it, and we know how to multiply the two quantities, two vector quantities using the dot product, right? Okay, then simplify. Dot product of two vectors is always a scalar quantity. So finally, after multiplying this, so we multiply like this, ax into ax is 1, 2 into 5 by root 30. So just I will write 2 into 2 into 5 by root 30. First ax into ax. If I multiply ax dot ay, it will be 0, ax dot az it is 0, leave it. Then come to the second one, ay dot ax is 0, then ay dot ay it is 1, so minus 4 into 1 by root 30. So solve it. Finally, after solving, I will get the simplified answer as 1.0956. Okay, and you can verify the answer. It is the 1.0956. We'll proceed to the next problem. Yes, consider the vector field. Here the question starts from here. Consider the vector field G vector is equal to y into ax minus 2.5 x into ay plus 3az, and the point q is given 452, and it is asked to find out G vector at point q. Yes, fine, first part. Second part, the scalar component of G vector at q, means scalar component means scalar projection, already I told. Scalar projection or scalar component of G vector at point q in the direction of an vector. Then third part, the vector component of G vector at q in the direction of an vector. And finally, the theta angle theta GA between the G vector at point q and an. We'll see one by one, right? So G vector is given. So first part, that is part A, it is asked to find out G vector at point q. G vector at point q. Now the coordinates of point q are 4, 5, 2. So it is x, y, z. X is 4, y is 5, z is 2. Substitute the values of x, y, z, that is point q, in the given vector G, and write down G vector at point q. So G vector at point q is given by, sorry, this is G vector at point q. Okay, y, what is y? 5. Y is 5, 5ax minus 2.5 into x. X is 4. So 4 into 2.5 is 10, minus 10ay plus 3az. So part A is over. G vector at point q. Then coming to the part B. So they ask scalar projection of G vector at q. In which direction they have given? In the direction of an vector. They have given the direction itself. So scalar projection of G vector at point q in an direction, right? This we have to find out. So for this, take the dot product G vector at point q, take the dot product with an vector. This will give me the scalar projection. Solve it. So G vector at point q we have calculated in part A earlier. So write down the same thing. 5ax minus 10ay plus 3az. So this is G vector at point q into an vector, unit normal vector, already they have given. So in the problem they have given. So 1 by 3 into 2 into ax. So just I will take 1 by 3 inside. 2 by 3. I will multiply 1 by 3. I will take it inside. 2 by 3 into ax plus ay vector divided by 3 minus, this is 3, sorry, okay, minus 2az divided by 3. 2az divided by 3. So take the dot product of these two vectors. So just, so 5 into 2 by 3, ax into ay is 0, ax dot az is 0. Next, coming to the second part, just multiply corresponding components, ax components, ay component and az component. So 5 into 2 by 3, then minus 10 into 1 by 3, minus 10 into 1 by 3. So better to take multiplication only, no problem, right? Then plus into minus, 3 into 2 by 3. So simplified. So first answer already the same part A we have seen. Then multiply and simplify, you will get minus 2. Minus 2 you have to get. Minus 2 you will get. Simplify it, you will get 5 to okay, you solve it. So you have to get minus 2 here. After simplifying, we will get minus 2. So part B is over. Next, coming to part C, what they have asked, the vector component of G vector at q in the direction of an vector. Scalar projection is over. Next, they have asked vector projection, also called as vector component. Vector projection of GQ vector in vector component of GQ vector in the direction of an vector. Already we have the scalar projection in the previous step. So write down as it is, GQ dot an vector. This is scalar projection, but they have asked vector projection in the direction of an vector. So associate the direction once again. Take the dot product of this. So in the previous step you have already calculated this. GQ vector into an vector is minus 2. And an vector. What is an vector? Just already an vector is given. 1 by 3 into 2ax plus ay minus 2az. So just multiply and keep it. So 2 by 3 into ax, just I will multiply 1 by 3 plus ay vector divided by 3 minus 2az divided by 3. So just multiply and simplify. Finally you will get this answer, this one, what simplified one here. Just I am rounding it. Okay, I will write once again here 1.33 ax, 1.333 ax minus 0.667 ay plus 1.333 az to get this answer. Then coming to the part B, find the angle theta GA between G vector at point Q and AN vector. They ask, so make use of dot product definition for this, so that we will get the angle. So G vector at point Q, that is RQ vector they have given. It is, I can simply write it as G vector at point Q dot product of AN vector. So apply the definition of dot product, magnitude of GQ vector into magnitude of AN vector, it is 1, but still I will write it magnitude of AN vector into cos of angle between them, cos of theta. They have called it as theta GA. Let me call it as theta GA, or else simply theta you can write. So GQ dot AN already we have calculated, that is scalar projection. GQ dot AN, that is left hand side, it is -2. We have calculated in part B, that is over. Then magnitude of GQ you find out. GQ is already you have in part A GQ, just take the magnitude. Magnitude of GQ I will calculate somewhere here. Magnitude of GQ I am writing here. Magnitude of GQ is equal to under root of 5 square, that is 25, plus minus 10 whole square. 10 square is 100, plus 3 square is 9. So finally we will be getting root of 125. 125 plus 9, 135, 134. So root of 134. So magnitude of GQ is root of 134. Write down 134. Magnitude of AN vector is 1. I will not write that 1. So cos of theta GA. So calculate theta GA. Theta GA is equal to cos inverse of minus 2 divided by root 1 by root of 134. So you calculate, the angle turns out to be 99.9 degree. 99.9 degree. You calculate using calculator, you will get this. Is it fine? So fine. Next, we'll move to the next problem. If any doubts are there in between, you can stop me and ask, or else you can ask at the end also, no problem. Okay, I'll move to the next. Okay, next I will not solve this problem. It is for you. You have to solve it. Just I will give the hint what to do here. You have to solve. The problem is for you people. The three vertices of a triangle are located at A, B and C. The three vertices are given. Find the vector RAB, yes. Then part B, vector RAC. The angle theta BAC at vertex A. The part D, the vector projection of RAB and RAC. One by one we will see. Yes. First part A, they asked vector RAB. This is distance vector. Already we know how to calculate. If 2 points A and B are given, so find out distance vector. So you will get this. I know how you will solve it. So this is the answer you will get. Just make use of distance formula and you will calculate. Part B, they asked RAC. Similarly, how you calculate RAB, you calculate RAC. This is the distance vector. Point A is you know, point C you know, apply distance formula and write down the RAC vector, the distance vector. So this is the answer for this. So vector, this is RAB and this is vector RAC, you will get it. Then they are asked to find out the angle theta BAC at vertex A. Let me draw the triangle. Three vertices of a triangle they asked. Let me draw that. Okay, A, B, C. They asked to find out angle theta BAC, means this angle we have to find theta BAC, right? And we have vector RAB. This is RAB vector and this is RAC vector. RAB I have, this is RAB, RA to B vector, distance vector, then RA to C, this is distance vector. Is it fine? Then make use of definition of dot product and calculate the angle theta BAC. So definition of dot product, vector RAB taken with dot product with vector RAC is equal to magnitude of vector RAB then magnitude of vector RAC into cos of, simply theta I can write, but they have used theta BAC. Okay, RAB dot RAC, you just multiply, you got RAB vector, RAC, they take that, just multiply their components, so you will get RAB dot RAC here. Okay, just I am not ready, just I am giving the hint here for this problem. Then calculate the magnitude of RAB, multiply with magnitude of RAC, and cos of theta is equal to cos inverse of RAB dot RAC divided by magnitude of RAB dot RAC. You calculate, you will get it, right? So the angle turns out to be 53.6 degree, this angle. Calculate. Then part D, the vector projection of RAB on RAC. They have asked vector projection of RAB on RAC. RAB on RAC. The vector projection of RAB on RAC will calculate. So just I will write down the formula. First, scalar projection is, how to find out scalar projection I will tell you. RAB, the projection of RAB vector on RAC, means the unit vector along RAC is AAC. So this will give me scalar projection, but associate the direction in the direction of AAC, so AAC. So you solve it, RAB dot AAC first find out, take the dot product, you will get some magnitude, multiply with AAC, you know how to find out. So finally if you solve it with the vector projection, this is the answer you will get. This problem is for you people, you have to work, right? Just try to solve it. Next, yes, find whether two vectors are perpendicular to each other or not. Yes, if it is asked to find out whether the two vectors are perpendicular to each other, we know the one of the property of dot product. If the two vectors are mutually perpendicular to each other, please mute your mic, somebody has turned their mic on, please mute it. Okay, vector A and vector B are given. It is asked to find out whether two vectors are mutually perpendicular to each other. Then we know one of the property. If the dot product of two vectors is 0, then the two vectors are mutually perpendicular to each other. Means here we will find out the dot product. If it is 0, then they are mutually perpendicular to each other. If it is other than 0, then the two vectors are not mutually perpendicular to each other. So first we will take the dot product. A dot vector B. Just multiply the components. So components of x, y, z. So 4 into 1. Just multiply 4 into the component of this is 4 into 1 is 4. Then second component minus 2 into 4. So minus 4 to the 8. So here minus 1 minus 4. So minus 2 minus plus 4 on the 4. So I am getting the dot product as 0. Since the dot product, we have to write the explanation. Since the dot product is 0, so two vectors are mutually perpendicular to each other. Since the dot product is 0, two vectors are mutually perpendicular to each other. Yes, fine. If I don't get other than 0, if I will write, since dot product is not 0, two vectors are not mutually perpendicular to each other. I have to write that statement. Okay, next, in the previous class we have studied the dot product. So this is next we'll see the cross product, also called as vector product. This is once again the multiplication of two vectors, right? Yes, cross product also called as vector product, because the cross product of two vectors, once again it will give me another vector, but the dot product of two vectors will give me the scalar quantities. The dot product, always I will repeat, the dot product of two scalars, the dot product of two vectors is always a scalar quantity, and the cross product of two vector quantities is once again a vector quantity. Please keep in mind. Okay, this is the mathematical definition. Vector A cross vector B is equal to magnitude of vector A multiplied by magnitude of vector B and sine of the angle between them. And what is this AN vector? It is written unit normal vector. Means this unit normal vector is the vector which is perpendicular to the plane containing two vectors, vector A and vector B. Let me explain you with the help of this diagram. This is the plane, parallelogram. This is the plane in which the two vectors, vector A and vector B, they are lying in the same plane. Means they are coplanar vectors, right? And what is this AN vector? AN vector, you can observe here, it is perpendicular to the plane. It is in the downward direction, you can observe here, right? And how to take the cross product? Instead of taking A cross B, I can go for B cross A also, no, right? So first we'll see A cross B. First, before going to understand, we will define the cross product. How to define cross product? The cross product of two vectors is nothing but the multiplication of their magnitudes and sine of the angle between them, and the direction of the cross product is perpendicular to the plane containing the two vectors. Just I will repeat the definition once again. The cross product of two vectors is nothing but the multiplication of their magnitudes, the multiplication of the magnitude of the two vectors and sine of the angle between the two vectors, and the direction of the vector or direction of the cross product is perpendicular to the plane containing the two vectors, that is vector A and vector B. This is the definition. Bookish definition is there. If you want to mug up that bookish definition, you can do that, or else whatever I told, you can follow that. Yes, you can see vector A and vector B are lying in the same plane and angle between them is theta AB. And why this screw has been shown? That is right-handed screw, right-handed screw. And the rule we call it as right-handed screw rule. Yes, I am taking cross product of vector A cross vector B, not B cross A. Vector A cross B means I have to turn or rotate the screw, take the screw and rotate from A to B. Means it's the clockwise direction, right? A to B. Means the arrowhead or the tip of the screw will move in the downward direction. That should be right-handed screw, right? A to B. Just go on turning it, and you can see here the cross product. You can see it is in the downward direction. Vector A cross B, it is in the downward direction. And what is the unit vector? It is perpendicular. That I will call it as AN vector. And here in the textbook they will write it bold. I told we have to write like this, AN vector, right? So AN vector is nothing but it is perpendicular to the plane containing vectors A and vector B. Then this is the cross product, vector A cross vector B, and it is in the direction of unit normal vector AN. I hope you understood this cross product. And if instead of taking A cross B, if I take B cross A, what will happen? B cross A. Once again, multiplication of their magnitudes, magnitude of vector B, magnitude of vector A, sine of angle between theta, and AN vector. Here, AN vector is in the downward direction for A cross B, but for B cross A, it will be in the upward direction for B cross A. For vector B cross vector A, so the unit normal vector will be in the upward direction. That's all. The direction gets reversed, right? For A cross B, the unit vector is in the downward direction. For B cross A, the unit vector is in the upward direction, because you rotate, you take B to A. B to A means just take the screw below the plane and try to rotate from B to A, so that it will move in the, once again, right-handed screw only, but the screw is above here. Take it below. Just I will show you here. Okay. Now take the screw here. Just I will draw the screw. I am not perfect with this, but let me try to picture it. Yes, this is the screw, and vector A is here, vector B, they are lying in the same plane, vector A and vector B. And try vector B cross A means B to A. Try to rotate the screw from B to A. Sorry. Okay. I have to take B, take here. Sorry. B cross A, right? One minute, just I will explain you. Yes, here you can observe B to A, but right-handed screw rule, A to B, B to A. If you take right down from B to A, yes, it is fine, correct, B to A only, yes, it is fine. Take downward, if just this should point in the sphere. Instead I have to draw the screw here, just observe here, I will draw the screw once again here. Yes, yes, it has come. Yes, take the tip of the screw here, I will draw the screw here. Rotate from B to A. Rotate from B to A, it will move in the upward direction, right? Right? Right-handed screw rule is upright, but direction is reversed. Here, yes, few of the properties as we have seen in the dot product. Here we see this few of the properties of cross product. Here, first property says that the cross product is not commutative. A cross B is not equal to B cross A. Yes, it is not valid. Then what is A cross B? A cross B is equal to minus of vector of B cross A. Means the direction gets reversed. First take B cross A and associate minus sign for it, or else whatever they are given in B cross A is equal to minus of A. Both are one and the same. This one is also fine, this one is also fine. Then another thing, cross product is not associative. Means the cross product does not obey the associative law. A cross of B cross C is not equal to A cross B cross C. This one, it is not valid, not equal to. Then cross product is distributive. If I apply cross product that is distributive law. A cross of B plus C is equal to A cross B plus A cross. This I can use whenever I require. Then yes, another important property here, the cross product of parallel vectors is 0. Yes, A cross B, vector A cross vector B, this one is equal to 0. If I want to say the two vectors are parallel to each other, then I have to prove that their cross product is 0. If the cross product of the two vectors is 0, then I will say that the two vectors are parallel to each other. Is that fine? And if the two vectors are perpendicular to each other, then I have to prove that their dot product is 0. Is it fine? Okay. Then next we will continue the properties. That is sixth property. Okay. If the cross product, yes, if I take the cross product of same vector, vector A cross vector B, since vector A cross vector A means they are parallel vectors, they are coinciding vectors, so angle theta is 0, sin 0 is 0, so vector A cross vector, if I take the cross product of similar vectors, it is 0, cross product of similar vectors is 0. Then we will see the cross product of unit vectors. Dot product of unit vectors we have seen. Next we will see the cross product of unit vectors. This diagram whatever I draw, it will help us. Ax, Ay, Az. For remembering how to take the cross product, I will draw the cyclic in clockwise direction. Ax to Ay, Ay to Az. Just we will see. I will take the cross product of Ax, see, observe, Ax cross Ay. Next I will take Ay cross Az. Next I will take Az cross Ax. This continues, right? The cross product of two different vectors or dissimilar vectors. If I take the cross product of similar vectors means Ax cross Ax, Ay cross Ay, Az cross Az, similar vectors. So first I have written here Ax cross Ay. We will get Az. How? Just apply the definition of cross product. So magnitude of, so first magnitude of Ax vector, it is 1. Magnitude of Ay vector, it is 1. Then sine of angle between Ax and Ay, they are mutually perpendicular to each other, right? If you see the rectangular coordinate system, x, y, z. So Ax vector is along x direction, this unit vector. The unit vector Ay is along y direction. The unit vector Az is along z direction. So if I am taking a cross product of Ax and Ay, they are making 90 degrees. They are mutually perpendicular. Ax is perpendicular to Ay, Ay is perpendicular to Az, Az is perpendicular to Az. They are mutually perpendicular vectors. So sine of 90 is 1. Sine of 90 is 1. And unit normal vector means Ax and Ay, they are in the xy plane. The normal vector is in the z direction. So I will be writing Az I will get. So finally this 1, this is magnitude is 1, this magnitude is 1 and 1. 1 dot is 1 into Az. So finally I will get Az. So instead of applying that cross product, simply I will say, observe this cyclic diagram. Ax cross Ay is Az. Ay cross Az is Ax. Az cross Ax is Ay. And so on. Here it is written. Is it fine? 1 minute. Okay. Ax cross Ay is Az. Ay cross Az is Ax. Az cross Ax is Ay. This is fine. If I reverse it, instead of taking Ax cross Ay, if already we have seen that the cross product does not obey the commutative law, means A cross B is not equal to B cross A. A cross B is equal to minus of, right? A cross B is equal to minus of B cross A. So in the first Ax cross Ay is giving me Az. Now I want Ay cross Ax. So minus of Az, that's all, right? If you take this diagram, if you go opposite to the direction of arrow mark, Ay cross Az, you are going, so change the direction, minus Az. Ax cross Az is minus Ay, Az cross Ax is minus Ax, right? It's written here. Then if I take, okay, is it fine? I hope you understood this. Then if I want to find out the cross product, if I have two vectors in the determinant form, I have vector A and I have vector B. You know how to write the vector A in general vector. Just I will write only vector A. Ax into Ax. This is general vector. Ay into Ay plus Az into Az. Is it fine? Similarly, I can write B vector. I will not write. B vector is equal to Bx into Ax, By into Ay, Bz into Az. Then if I want to take the cross product in the form of determinant, vector A cross vector B is equal to determinant of, not matrix, determinant of. In the first row, you write down the unit vectors Ax, Ay, Az. These are the unit vectors in rectangular coordinate system. Then in second row, you write down the components of vector A. Components of vector A is Ax, Ay, Az. In the third row, you write down the components of B vector, Bx, By, Bz. And you know how to calculate the determinant, right? Once the determinant is ready. Okay, we'll solve few problems based on this. Yes, we'll take up this problem. The three vertices of a triangle are located at A, B and C. They are given. Find RAB cross RAC. Yes, we'll find out the area of triangle. Yes, next, and the unit vector perpendicular to the plane in which the triangle is located. Is it fine? We'll see one by one. First part A, they have asked RAB cross RAC. Vector RAB cross RAC means take the dot product of RAB cross RAC. So first find out RAB. So point A I know, point B I know. Subtract the corresponding x coordinate, y coordinate and z coordinate. So A to B means subtract from B to A. Minus 2 minus 6 minus 8ax. 3 minus of minus 1, 3 plus 1 4, 4ay. 4 minus 4 minus 2 minus 6 az. So this is RAB. Similarly find out RAC. A to C means subtract the coordinates from C to A. So I have coordinates of C here and coordinates of A. So minus 3 minus 6 minus 9ax, then 1 minus of minus 1, that is plus 2ay, then 5 minus 2, that is 3 az. Then calculate RAB cross RAC in the determinant form. You know how to take the cross product in the determinant form. RAB cross RAC is equal to determinant of, in the first row you will get the unit, you will write the unit vectors AX, AY and AZ. In second row you will write down the components of RAB vector. Components of RAB vector is minus 8 plus 4, this is minus 8 plus 4 and minus 6. Then similarly you write down the components of RAC vector, minus 9, 2 and 3. So you know how to solve the determinant. Solve it. Just I will write down here AX vector into, leave this column, leave this row, 4 3 is 12, minus of minus 2 minus plus, it will become 6 2 is 12. So next, this is, you know the sign convention, plus minus plus. So minus AY vector into, leave this column, AY column and leave this row, minus 8 into 3, 8 3 is 24, minus 24, minus into minus plus, 9 4 is 36. Next plus AZ into, leave that particular column, AZ column and row, minus 8 into 2, minus 16. Whether I have made a mistake? Yes, I have made a mistake, because while calculating AY, see here I have to leave that column, right? So 8 3 is 24, minus 24, fine. Minus into minus plus, plus into minus minus, this one, this is wrong. Minus 9 6 is 54, 54 should come 54. So be careful while calculating. I have made a mistake here. Then leave that AZ column, I will get 8 2 is 16, then minus into minus, it is plus, 9 4 is 36. To solve it, you will get the vector as 24ax, minus into minus, it will become plus 78ay, then plus 20 az. You will get, this is the cross product of RAB cross RAC. Then this is part B. They have also find out area of triangle. Area of triangle is, already we have the cross product. So take the magnitude of the cross product, RAB cross RAC. If I calculate the magnitude of RAB cross RAC, I will get the area of parallelogram, divide it by 2. It will be triangle, area of triangle. So RAB cross RAC I have, take the magnitude of RAB cross RAC and divide by 2. So magnitude of RAB cross RAC is 24 square plus 78 square plus 20 square. This is magnitude of RAB cross RAC divided by 2. So finally you will get the answer as 42. Please check it, 42. Then part C, there was the unit vector perpendicular to the plane in which the triangle is located. Yes, let me take the plane, let me take this plane. I am drawing one plane here just for reference, and RAB I will take it here. RAB is here, RAB. Then RAC is here. They are coplanar vectors, they are lying in the same plane, they are making some angle. So RAB cross A, and unit vector perpendicular to the plane means perpendicular to this plane, that is AN vector I want to find out. So along this unit normal vector I am having the cross product RAB cross RAC, RAB cross RAC. Already we have seen vector A cross vector B, right? Similar to that. So how to find out AN vector? The vector divided by its magnitude. So I will apply that formula. The unit normal vector AN vector equal to, the vector means the cross product RAB cross RAC. This is the vector RAB cross RAC divided by its magnitude. Magnitude of RAB cross RAC. Yes, RAB cross RAC we have found out in the first step, part A. That is RAB cross RAC is 24AX plus 78AY. In part A already we have this 20AZ divided by magnitude of RAB cross RAC. Find out the magnitude, under root of 24 square plus 78 square plus 20 square. So solve it, finally you will get this answer, whatever I have written. This is, I am rounding it, just you can see here, right? So you will get the answer right on that. Okay, today's lecture, okay, this will be the last problem. I will not solve this just because it is as good as part D what we have solved right now. Just I will give the hint and I will wind up the class. Two coplanar vectors are given, vector A cross vector B, and it is asked to calculate, obtain the unit vector normal to the plane containing the vectors A and vector B. Means this is the formula. If you use this formula, vector AN is equal to vector A cross vector B divided by, just now we have solved part D in the previous problem. You solve it, you will get this answer. If any doubts are there, you can ask it now, or else you work upon it first, then you can ask the doubt later on. Okay, is it fine? Just I'll stop recording of the today's